It would appear that philosophical discourse, in the realm of etymological reflection, is constantly lending itself to conflations of reason that hinder mankind's unconventional understanding of aesthetics. Consequently, it is indubitably inevitable that humans let go of their man-made human conventions and eradicate the limitations of their underdeveloped brains. In doing so, they will most positively benefit from expansions of consciousness that provide insight into the inner workings of plateaus and universes previously left unexplored. This would appear.
As writers, it is important to be aware of the effect that wordiness has on your clarity. Most of the time, the less words you use, the better. But how exactly does one go about reducing their word count?
Here are two sentences that need to be cut down and reconstructed. We can tackle these sentences by putting them into separate categories. The first category we'll look at has to do with taking out unnecessary words. Let's take a look at this sentence and see what we can take out. Let's cross out all of the fluff. Now that we've cut the fluff, let's see what we have. We'll fix everything after we list all of the words in order. Now let's turn our lump of coal into a diamond. The second category we'll look at has to do with arranging the words in a sentence so that the sentence is more clear. Content-wise, this sentence is good, but how can we make it come off stronger?
Now that we know some methods for trimming our sentences, let's take a look at the following examples and see if we can edit them together for clarity. It is my opinion that carrying concealed weapons should be made legal. What do you guys think could be removed from this sentence?
Couldn't "it is my opinion" be removed entirely?
Yes, absolutely. It is my opinion adds no important meaning to the sentence, therefore it can be removed. How about the next one? John was hired and is now employed by ConocoPhillips.
Could "hired" or "employed" be removed? They are synonyms, right?
Very good. It is implied by the fact that John is working for ConocoPhillips that he was also hired. Consequently, hired and employed are redundant in this sentence. What about the following? I was acting out in order to get attention.
Is the preposition "in order" necessary in the sentence?
No, it is not. Dropping both the was and the preposition in order shortens the sentence without changing its meaning. How about this sentence? It was interesting to become aware of the history of Latin America.
Could you use "learned" instead of "become aware"?
Correct. A much better term to use would be learned, as it conveys the same idea without being somewhat misleading. And what about this last sentence? It is unjust and unfair when Mrs. Robinson yells and screams at us.
Unjust and unfair are synonyms, so one could be removed, right?
Very good. So now that we've worked through some of these sentences together, I'd like you guys to take a look at the following paragraph and see what you think could be pulled out of it to make it more concise. You'll have 2 minutes to read through it, pick out anything you think is extra, and remove it and create a new paragraph that you think is better. It would seemingly appear that Thoreau is ardently commenting on the paramount importance of disobedience in the face of hardcore oppression from the state. He builds a ridiculously strong argument around the idea that no man can be justifiably, morally limited in his ability to exhibit his rights. To prove this theory beyond a reasonable doubt, he astutely compares the state to a giant moron who has no rightful ability to limit his freedom of thought. While there are many ways to fix the preceding paragraph, one of the ways that I came up with is as follows. Thoreau comments on the importance of disobedience in the face of state oppression. He builds his argument on the premise that his rights may not be limited unjustifiably. To prove this, he compares the state to a foolish leviathan that has no rights to his thoughts.